Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Sulba Sutras Academy. My name is Sumit Mishra and our today's topic is algebraic and graphical representation of linear equation. So before moving on, let me make you understand about the linear equation first. If you'll understand what is linear equation, how it is represented in a two-dimensional coordinate geometry, how to represent a line, and then we will move on to the algebraic, and so we will get some problems how we can represent that problems algebraically as well as graphically. So let's move on and first understand what is linear equation. Okay. So a linear equation will always in the form of a linear equation will always in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay, where x and y are two variables. Okay, variables in the sense it will vary, it can have different values. Okay, so x comma y are variables, so it can have different values based on a given circumstances. A is the coefficient of x. A is the coefficient of x. B is again a coefficient of y, and c is a constant. So remember, any equation can be represented in the form, any linear equation can be represented in such form. For example, let's take example 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so here if you will compare this equation second with 1, you can easily say that a is 2, b is 3 and c is 5. But here x and y will be like any variable. What does it mean? How you will represent such thing in a two-dimensional geometry? So you know any point in a two-dimensional coordinate system can be represented in the form of x comma y, where x is the coordinate, so this is positive x, this is negative x, that is x dash, this is positive y, and this is negative y, so negative y is y dash and positive y is y only. Okay, so what does it mean? What is point x y then? So you know that this is the origin O. So origin, the coordinate for the origin is 0 comma 0, that is the value for x coordinate is 0 and the value for y coordinate is also 0. So the x thing is called so the x coordinate is also known as abscissa. A B S C I double S A. So the x coordinate is also known as abscissa A, and y coordinate is known as ordinate. Okay, so x system is known as abscissa and x coordinate is also called abscissa and y coordinate is known as ordinate. Okay, so abscissa, if you are given, so it can be positive as well as negative, both x and y can be positive, negative. So from origin, if you are moving towards right, towards your right hand side, from origin if you are moving towards your right hand side, that represents positive x. So it's like 1 2 3 4 5, like that, to infinity it can go. Okay, so right hand side is the positive x. Similarly, left hand side is negative x, that is -1, -2, -3, -4, dot dot dot. So it can be negative up to minus infinity. Okay. Similarly, if you are going on top from the origin, then it will be the positive thing and it will be ordinate. So 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the positive one. Now if it is negative, then we have to come down, -1, -2, -3, -4, like that. It can be up to minus infinity. Okay. So this is our coordinate system. So from origin, if you are going towards right, so it is positive x or positive abscissa. If you are going towards left from the origin, then it is the negative x-axis or negative abscissa value. Then if you are going towards top from the origin, so it will be the positive ordinate or positive y values, and if you are coming down, then it will be the negative y values. Okay. Now, how you can represent any point? Suppose I have point called 5 3. Okay, how you will represent it? So 5 3, if you will draw this, so this is our origin. So I want the point 5 comma 3 where x is 5 and y is 3. Correct? So I will get first always move in the x direction. Okay. So first we will move in x direction 5 unit, 3, 4, 5 unit. So this is our abscissa x5. Okay. Now y is 3. Okay. So from 5th point, this point which is dark, from here we will go, this is our 1 unity. We will match through this. Okay. So this is our 1 unit. So this is 5 1. Then we will move over here. This is our second unit. So 5 2. And then this is our third unit. This is 5 3. Okay. So this point is 5 3. That is what I needed. Okay. I don't need this 5 2 5 1. Just for the explanation purpose I have shown you. So from third point over here on the y, draw a perpendicular over here and draw a perpendicular on from towards the top, okay, vertically, and then from 3 point on y-axis draw a horizontal perpendicular. So so the cutting point of this vertical and this horizontal line will be 5 comma 3. So this is how we represent 5 comma 3. Now let's take -3 comma -2. Okay. So -3 comma minus. So x is negative. So we need to go towards left. So this is -1, -2, -3. So here we will get x as -3. Now why I want -2? So draw a perpendicular from here and draw a perpendicular from here. This point will be -3 comma -2. You can easily see if you will draw on the graph paper. If you are taking suppose one bigger square as 1 unit, and if you are watching on the line, you will see that this is meeting at some point. So you take 3 bigger unit on x-axis in the left hand side and 3 bigger unit towards down, 2 bigger units towards down, and the line segment through it is meeting at one point, will meet at one point. That point is -3 comma -2. So this is how we can represent the coordinate system in our two-dimensional coordinate geometry. This is very important. If you are able to put the point, then you will able to do a different, you can draw the line segment from the given points, and then it will be easier for you and to find the solution, graphical solution also. It will be very important to draw the point, how to draw the point. So always remember, towards right is positive x, towards left is the negative x, towards upside is positive y, towards downside is the negative y. This is very important. Remember one more thing. So quadrant wise, if you will see, so this is called the first quadrant. Okay, this is anyhow not required, but for your understanding I want to tell you, it will be helpful in the trigonometry section. So this is our first quadrant, this is our second quadrant. Okay, this is our third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. Okay, so in first quadrant both x and y will be positive. So in first quadrant both x and y will be positive. Okay, in second quadrant x will be negative and y will be positive, and y will be positive y. Okay, in third quadrant both x and y will be negative. Okay, and in fourth quadrant x will be positive and y will be negative. So this is very important. If you are in first quadrant, as I have shown you here, first quadrant, so in this quadrant all points will be, x will be positive, y will be positive, that is abscissa will be positive, also ordinate will be positive. In second quadrant x will be negative, y will be positive, that is abscissa is negative and ordinate will be positive. In third quadrant x will be negative as well as y will be negative, that is abscissa will be negative and ordinate will be negative. Then in fourth quadrant we have x as positive and y as negative, that is abscissa is positive, ordinate is negative. Very easy. Okay, so any equation, if we have any equation, we can check with the various points. Okay, we will take various points and can represent or draw a line through it. So how we will do it, I will show you with one example how to draw a line. So we have seen how to take the point, now we will see how to draw a point. So we have different points, and from that point, joining that point, we will get a straight line. How to do that? Let's move on, then we will see how to draw the points, a straight line in the two-dimensional geometry. Okay, so we have a equation same. I will take suppose 2x plus 3y equals to 5. Okay, this is our given equation. Okay, so how to draw the line through it? Okay, so what we will do is we will make a table first. So here we will write x, here we will write y, and we will take 3 points. Okay, so if in your school your teacher has told to take 2 points or 4 points, it varies, but for me I will suggest you, when you are doing in the exam, always take 3 points. That should be one negative, suppose x, negative x, second x as 0, and third take x as positive. Okay, what I told you, first point we will take a negative x, second point we will take x as 0, and third point we will take x as positive. Okay, so let's take any negative point. So better if we will take the nearest one, like -1, -2. If you are taking higher values, you will get the solution, but the thing is, if you will draw the graph, that point might be very big, so it might be giving you a problem. So I will suggest you to take in the negative also, like -1, -2. So let's take -1. Okay, so let's take x equals to -1. So put this value x equals to -1. So I took x equals to -1. So put x equals to so you can take any value, -1, -2, -3. Take at least one negative value for x. Okay, so I am taking x equals to -1, the nearest one from the origin. So put x equals to -1 in the given equation, in equation 1. Okay, so what we will get? 2 into minus, so I am putting x as -1. So here 2 into x, so 2 into -1, and then as it is, plus 3y equals to 5. Okay, so 2 into -1 is -2, plus 3y equals to 5. Okay, so this similarwise, so this is -2. Okay, if we will take it towards our right hand side of equal to, the minus becomes plus, the sign minus becomes plus becomes minus, into becomes division, and division becomes, so into becomes division, and division becomes multiplication. Okay, so here it is -2, so when it will go to right hand side, this will become +2. So 3y, so we will write 3y equals to 5 plus 2. So 3y equals to 7. So y equals to 7/3. So this is not a pure number, so you will not get such thing if you will see, I mean this, so 7/3 also we can represent if we are taking three bigger one box as 1 unit. Okay, so if you are getting any fraction, we will take in the graph three bigger one as 1 unit, or 3 smaller one as 1 unit. So in that case you need to take 21. If you are taking suppose 3 smaller square as 1 unit, 3 smaller square as 1 unit in the y-axis, so what will happen is 7/3 will equivalent to 21 smaller square. Okay, because I took this, sorry, so 3 smaller, not 21, 7. So 7/3 into 3, that is 7 small square we need to take to represent 7/3. Because of this 3 in the denominator only, we took 3 smaller square as 1 unit. Okay, so if you are taking 3 smaller square as 1 unit, then 7/3 will be equivalent to 7 small square. Okay, so I will tell you how to draw that, but yeah, first write the value what we are getting. So for -1 we got y as 7/3. Now take x as 0. Now take x as 0. So putting x equals to 0 in again in equation 1. So what we will get? 2 into 0 plus 3 into y equal to 5. So anything multiply with 0 is 0. So 0 plus 3y equals to 5. So y equals to 5 by 3. So for 0, for value 0, we are getting 5 by 3. Okay. Then take positive 1. So let's x equals to 1. So putting x equals to 1 in equation 1. So what we will get? 2 into 1 plus 3y equals to 5. So this similarized 2 plus 3y equals to 5. So 3y equals to, so 2 is plus 2. So that will go to right hand side of equal to, and it will become minus 2. So 5 will be as it is and then minus 2. So 3y equals to 5 minus 2 is 3. So y will be equal to 3 by 3, that is 1. So at x equals to 1, we got y as 1. Okay. So now we need to draw in the two-dimensional. Okay. So you will see that what I have told you, take, because since it is in a fraction 7 by 3 and bottom we have 3, so we will take 3 square, the smaller square you can see in the graph, 3 smaller square, we will take it as 1 unit. So in the y-axis, take 3 things as 1 unit. Okay. So in that case, 7 by 3 becomes 7 by 3 into 3, that is 7 square unit. So if you will take, since I assumed 3 unit as 1, so 7 by 3 will be, since 3 square unit is 1, so this is 1 unit for us. 3 smaller square unit, we considered it as 1 unit. So 7 smaller unit will represent as, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this seventh one, the seventh one on this is 7 by 3. But we have x as, so let's draw the point. So x is minus 1. At minus 1 we have got y as 7 by 3. So at minus 1 we got y as minus 7 by 3. 7 by 3. So this is our point, minus 1 comma 7 by 3. Correct? Now at x equals to 0, we have got y as 5 by 3. So 5 by 3 into 5, that is 5 smaller unit is equal to the 5 by 3. So the fifth square on the, because it is origin, right? So x is 0. So from origin we will start, and the fifth one will be our x is 0, y is 5 by 3. Okay. So this point, the fifth square on from the origin, the fifth smaller square from the origin will be representing 0 comma 5 by 3. Now next thing is, when x is 1, y is also 1. When x is 1, y is also 1. So we got 1 comma 1 over here. Okay, now let's join this. So you will see that all points will come in a straight line. Okay, so the equation of this straight line is 2x plus 3y equals to 5. So this is the equation of this straight line. So this straight line represents this equation. Okay, and these are the points which I took: 1 minus 1 comma 7 by 3, 0 comma 5 by 3, and 1 comma 1. As simple as that. Okay, So whenever you have fraction, understand this is very important. If you are getting in a fraction value, then what is given in the denominator, that many number of a square, the smaller square or bigger square, you can assume it as one unit. So in y, I have assumed 3 smaller square as 1 unit. So 7 by 3 becomes in that case 7 smaller square unit. So that is the reason you try to understand, open your graph and see the smaller square and try to do it. So I took 3 smaller square as 1 unit. 3 smaller square in ordinate or y-axis, as 1 unit. Okay. So 3 square as 1 unit. So 7 by 3 becomes 7 by 3 into 3. That means 7 unit. Okay. 7 square unit. So 7 square will give us the point 7 by 3. The 7th square from the origin will represent the point 7 by 3. Similarly, 5 by 3, the 5th square on the y-axis, the 5th small square from the y-axis origin will represent the point 5 by 3. Okay. So this is very important. And this is minus 1. So from here only I need to see 7 by 3. It should not be from the origin, because the point is 1 comma 7 by minus 1 comma 7 by 3. So I need to look from point minus 1 and then go up towards y-axis, and we will get the point minus 1 comma 7 by 3. Now 0 comma 5 by 3 is there. So x0 is on origin. So from origin we will go 5 unit up, the 5 small square unit up. We will get the point 0 comma 5 by 3. And third point is 1 1. So go towards x 1 unit and 3 smaller unit as 1, because we assumed 3 small square as 1. So the third small square from the x1 we will get this point 1 comma 1. Now join the straight line, you will get a straight line. If this 3 point is not passing through the same straight line, that means you took the point wrongly. So please redo it again if your straight line is not passing through all 3 points. So this is very important. So this is how we represent a given linear equation. This is the linear equation. This is the also, we will read it in the further class, that this is also the equation of the straight line. So we will consider for till now it is a linear equation. Okay, so this is how we should represent the point in the coordinate system. Okay, so now let's move on and see how to solve the problem, how to represent a given thing algebraically also. So something will be given in words, and that how to represent it in an equation. So let's do our chapter 3.1. So exercise 3.1. I will also explain you how to convert a wording to a equation. Okay, so the first question is, Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 years from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Is not this interesting? Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So remember, whenever there is an age related thing, father daughter or father son or mother son, mother, whatever, sister brother, whatever is given, so always consider their present age. So assume x and y be their current age. Okay, current age means whatever ours. So assume us, like if I'll assume mine, so I will assume my age in 2020. So since it is 2020, so I am telling to them, so assume my current age is x. Okay, So always assume your present age. What is your present age? That you assume first. And then we will break the problem. How to break the problem, that we will see first. So here we have Aftab and daughter. Okay. So always assume let age of Aftab and his daughter, age in the sense present age, let present age of Aftab and his daughter be X and Y. Okay, so I assumed the present age of Aftab and his daughter is X and Y. Now, see the next line, 7 years ago. That means 7 years back. What should be there? So stop here, don't move further. 7 years ago. So the thing what is going to come is 7 years ago, the history is going to come. So the first thing we will do is 7, let's write it, 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, what will be the Aftab age? So 7 years ago, Aftab's age was X minus 7. You see it, if your current age is suppose 16, so 7 years ago, 7 years back, your age was 16 minus 7, that is 9 years. Similarly, if Aftab present age is X, so 7 years ago, Aftab's age will be X minus 7. Similarly, Aftab's daughter age will be how much? Y minus 7. Subtract 7 from the present age, you will get the age for the 7 years ago. So it is Y minus 7. Okay, so this is the current thing. Now, some relationship is coming. In the next line, what we are going to read, there will be relationship established between Aftab's 7 years ago age and daughter's 7 years ago age. So let's see what is the relationship. So 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you. So whatever his age was, that is equal to 7 times his daughter's age. Okay, read the statement. 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you. Okay, comma is there. 7 years ago, comma, I was 7 times as old. So he's talking about 7 years back, that when his age was X minus 7, that is equal to the 7 times of his daughter 7 years ago's age. Okay, that means what he is telling is X minus 7 equals to 7 into Y minus 7. So he is talking about 7 years ago. That's why I wrote whatever his age was, that was 7 times his daughter's age. So this he is talking about the 7 years ago age. So this is how we should represent the things as an equation. So let's stop over here and let's first finish this thing. So this similarize, we are not reading further, we are going to come in the next section later on. First take this as represent this as a equation first. So X minus 7 equals to, now 7 will be multiplied with Y, so 7Y, then 7 will be multiplied with 7 minus 7, so that is minus 7 into 7 is 49, so 7Y minus 49. So now X and Y should be in the left hand side. Always when we write, we should write X and Y in the left hand side and some constant in the right hand side. Okay, so X minus 7Y, so this is plus over here. When we will bring it in the left hand side, that becomes minus, so minus 7y. Now I want this minus 7 in the right hand side, so since it is minus, so it will become plus 7 over here. Okay, so it will be equals to, now minus 49 will be as it is and minus 7 became plus 7. So finally I got x minus 7y equals to minus 49 plus 7 is minus 42. So this is our first relation or first equation from the till now whatever we did. Okay, whatever we read from that, this is our inference. The algebraic thing we have got from the current things, whatever till now, whatever we read from the question, we have represented in the algebraic form. Now one more equation will come. That is what it is. Okay, we will always see some pair of linear equation. So next thing will give us another equation from the pair. Okay. So let's read it now. So what is the next thing? So next thing is also 3 years from now. Now it is going to future. Stop here. 3 years from now. So now the thing is, so in the future he is telling. So whatever his current age, okay, from that he is going to future. So 3 years now means after 3 years in the future. Okay, so 3 years later on. So what will be the Aftab's age? So Aftab's age will be x plus 3 because we are talking in the future. So whatever, so 3 years now means from present you are going to 3 years more. Okay, so since the current present age is x for Aftab, so after 3 years in the future it will be x plus 3. Now what will be the daughter's age? Daughter's age will be equal to y plus 3. Okay, same thing, 3 years now. So I am talking for both after 3 years in the future, what is going to. So after 3 years, Aftab's age will be present age plus 3 and daughter's age will be present age plus 3, y plus 3. So now comes in the further line when we will read, that will give us the relationship between these two. What is that? So also 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you. So now the relation is whatever his age will be after 3 years, that will be equal to 3 times of the daughter's age. He is talking in the future. Now nothing against the current age or back age. He is talking for the future's age. Okay, so always assume the relationship between the future's thing over here for the current problem. So Aftab's age, Aftab is telling that I shall be 3 times as old as you. Okay, so he gave as a comma, if you will see 3 years from now, comma, then I shall be 3 times as old as you. That means x plus 3, whatever 3 years now, Aftab's age will be, that is equivalent to, or that will be equal to 3 times the daughter's age. So 3 into y plus 3. Okay. So let's now make it a pure equation. So x plus 3 equals to, 3 will be multiplied with y first. So 3y. Then 3 will be multiplied with plus 3. So plus 9. Now this 3y I will bring left hand side and 3 I will take it to the right hand side. So 3y is positive in the right hand side, so it will become negative in the left hand side. Hence x minus 3y equals to plus 9. I can write it as 9 because if nothing is there, that means sign is positive. Now plus 3 will becomes minus 3 in the right hand side. So it is 9 minus 3. So this is x minus 3y equals to 6. So this is our second equation. Okay, this is very, very important. You see how I represented the wordings to a algebraic expression. We made two equations out of the given, statement. So this is how we should do. This is how we should represent the algebraic things from the given wordings. Okay. Now we are done with the algebraic thing. Now we will express it in the form of geometrically how it should be done. Okay. So let's take the first equation. So of course we should take a graph paper. Here I can't represent you in the graph, but yeah, here only I will draw for you, and this is how you should make forward. So some teacher might suggest you to go for 2 points, okay, but for me, if you will tell, it will be better if you will take at least 3 points. So as I told you, one negative, one zero, another positive. So please follow your school's things, how your teacher is telling you to do. I will not, because marks and all will ultimately depends on your teacher. So whatever they will, how many points they are telling you to draw, for them to satisfy. Of course, it doesn't matter. You will get the same straight line, that I can tell you, whether you take 2 points. But the minimum 2 point is required to draw a straight line. So you can take 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 or more than 2 points are required to draw a straight line in the coordinate system, 2D geometry system. So follow your school's instruction, what your maths teacher is telling, how many points you should take. Minimum 2 point is required, that is for sure. Okay, so I will take 3 points for your understanding purpose. Okay, so let's take the first equation. So first equation was x minus 7y equals to minus 42. So my first equation is x minus 7y equals to minus 42. Okay. So let's take x as, suppose I took x equals to, so first take the table, first make a table, x, y. So I will take 3 points. So I draw 3 empty things first, okay, and then we will take the values. Okay, so let's take x equals to, suppose, minus 7. Okay, one negative, so minus 7 I took. So what will happen? Put this minus 7, x equals to minus 7 in equation 1. Okay, put x equals to 7 in equation 1. So what you will get? Minus 7 minus 7y equals to minus 42. So now take this minus 7 towards right hand side. So what we will get? Minus 7y equals to minus 42 will be as it is. This minus 7 will become, when we will take it in the right hand side, it will become plus 7. So minus 7y equals to minus 42 plus 7. So which one is bigger? 42. So their sign will come. So minus. Now subtract usually, since it is in opposite signs, minus and plus, so it will be subtraction. So first take the sign, okay, take the bigger number sign. When both are of opposite signs, take the sign for the bigger number and then subtract from the bigger number to lower number. So 42 minus 7, that is 35. So minus 42 plus 7 is minus 35. So what I did, when both the number are of opposite signs, take the number, take the sign for the bigger number, write it in the result. Sign of the bigger number, write it in the result, and then subtract from the bigger number to smaller number. Like 42 is bigger, so 42 minus 7 I did, so 35. So bigger number sign was minus, so I wrote minus as it is, and the bigger number minus a smaller number, so 42 minus 7 is 35, so minus 35. So now you see minus 7 is multiplied with y, okay. So when it will go to right hand side, this multiplication becomes division. So minus 7 will be divided with minus 35. So y will be given as minus 35 divided by minus 7. Okay. So now minus minus cancel out and 7 5 ja 35. So how much we got? Y equals to 5. So we got y equals to 5. Sorry. So y equals to 5. Now take x as 0. Okay, so now so put x equals to 0 in equation 1. Okay, so what we will get? X is 0, so 0 only, then minus 7y equals to minus 42. So 0 doesn't add any value, so minus 7y equals to minus. So if you add or subtract 0, it doesn't matter, it will be the same thing. Now minus 7 is multiplied with y. So when I will take it to the right hand side, it will become division. So y equals to minus 42 divided by minus 7. So minus minus cancel out, 7 6 ja 42. So when it is 0, we got y as 6. Okay. Now take x as 7. Now put x equals to 7. So here I took x as 7. So then what we'll get? Put x equals to 7 in equation 1. So how we will get that then? 7, okay, minus 7y equals to minus 42. Okay. So this similar this 7 I need to take it to the right hand side. This 7 is positive over here. That will become negative in the right hand side. So minus 7y, when we take a 7 to the, so we are left with minus 7y equals to minus 42, and this plus 7 becomes minus 7. So I will write minus 7 in the right hand side. So minus 7y. Now see, both are negative, minus 42 minus. So write the sign minus and add both. Okay. Write the sign minus and add both. So 42 plus 7 is 49. So it will be minus of 49. Now minus 7 is multiplied with y. So when we take it to the right hand side, it will be division. So y equals to minus 49 divided by minus 7. Minus minus cancel out, 7 7 ja 49. So we got y as 7. We got y as 7. So this is for our first equation. Now let's take the point for the second equation. So same table again we need to form for our second equation also. This is x, this is y. 1 2 3. So let's take it then. So let's take x as 6. Okay, our equation is, if you will see, our equation is x minus 3y equals to 6. Our equation is x minus 3y equals to 6. Okay, so I took x equals to 6. Now put x equals to 6 in equation 2. This was our equation 2. In equation 2. So what we will get? 6 minus 3y equals to 6. Okay, so I took one positive, we will take negative in there. So if you want, we can take, suppose let's take minus 6, first minus, then we will take positive. Okay, so let's take minus 6 first. Okay, so let's take minus 6 first, then put x equals to minus 6. This was our equation 2, so put x equals to minus 6 in equation 2. So what we will get? Minus 6 minus 3y equals to 6. Correct? So take this minus 6 to the right hand side. So minus 6 will become plus 6. So we are left with minus 3y in the left hand side, because we are taking minus 6 to the right hand side. So 6 and then minus 6 becomes plus 6. So minus 3y equals to 12. Now when we take this minus 3 towards right hand side, in the left hand side it is multiplied with y. So it will become divide with 12. So y equals to 12 by minus 3. So minus 3 was multiplied, so it will become division in the right hand side. Now 3 4 are 12, so it will give us y equals to minus 4. Okay, so y I have got minus 4. Now take x equals to 0. So now take x equals to 0. So put x equals to 0 in equation 2. So what we will get? We will get 0 minus 3y equals to 6. So 0 doesn't hold any value now, because anything added, subtracted, 0 is the same thing. So minus 3y equals to 6. So y equals to 6 by minus 3. Same way, minus 3 is multiplied with y, so it will be divided in the right hand side. 3 2s are 6. So 2 divided by minus 1 is nothing but minus 2. So we got y as minus 2. Now take x as suppose 3. Okay. So put x equals to 3 in equation 2. What we will get? 3 minus 3y equals to 6. Correct? So 3 I need to take to the right hand side. So I will left with minus 3y in the left. 6 minus 3, because 3 is positive in the left hand side. When it will go to right hand side, it will become minus 3. So minus 3y equals to 6 minus 3 is 3. So y equals to 3 by minus 3, because minus 3 is multiplied with y. So when we will bring it to the right hand side, it will be the division. 3 1 is 3. So we will get 1 by minus 1, that is minus 1. Okay. So we got y as minus 1 over here. Okay. Now next thing is graphical drawing. As I have told you already in the first example section also. So here we will take suppose one bigger square as 1 unit in the x as well as y thing. So one bigger square equals to 1 unit. So whatever you are taking, please mention it in the graph. It is a good practice. So one bigger square, 1 unit. Square in x-axis as well as y-axis. So one bigger square in x-axis equals to 1 unit, and one bigger square in y-axis equals to 1 unit. So in both, one bigger square I am taking as 1 unit. Okay. So let's draw for equation 1. So for equation 1, if we are drawing, the first thing is minus 7 comma 5. So minus 7 comma 5 I need to go. So minus 7 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5 minus 6 minus 7. So this is our minus 7. Now 5 unit up. So 1 2 3 4 5. So from minus 7 to 5 match it. Okay. So you can see in the graph this is minus 7 comma 5. Now next is 0 comma 6. So at origin 6 unit up. So at origin 6 unit up is this. Okay. So this is minus 7 comma 5. This is 0 comma 6, and the third point is 7 comma 7. Okay. This is so 7 comma 7 will be in the right hand. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and 7th point over here is over here. So this, if you will take this like this, so this will be our 7 comma 7. Now put your scale and join this 3 points. Okay. So here it will not come proper because I didn't take proper point. Yeah, but if you will draw in the graph paper, it will come perfectly. So the first equation is this straight line. Okay. This is the equation of the first straight line, that is x minus, so write the equation over here also, equals to minus 42. So this is for our first equation. Now for second equation, what are the points? So for second equation, point is minus 6 comma minus 4. This is our first point. So minus 6, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 6, 5, minus 6. So this is minus 6, and then minus 4 to the down. Okay. So wherever it will meet, so it is meeting over here. This is our minus 6 comma minus 4. Okay, this is minus 6 comma minus 4. Okay, now next point is 0 comma minus 2. So this is 0, so add 0, this is minus 2. So this point is 0 comma minus 2. Now the third point is 3 comma minus 1. So 3 will be in the right hand side. So 3 comma minus 1, I think, right? 3 comma minus 1. So 3 is coming over here and minus 1 will come over here. So it will be 3 comma minus 1. So if you will join this, it will come in a proper straight line. If it is not coming in a proper straight line, that means you did some mistake and you need to redo it. Either in solving you did some mistake, or taking points you did mistake. So whatever case might be, you did some mistake. Please look at if it is not coming properly. All 3 points are not coming in a straight line. If you are matching with a scale, then there is some problem, either when you solved or whatever points you got after solving, that is the problem, or in drawing on the graph you did some problem. So this too might be the cases. So what is the equation, second equation? So second equation is x minus 3y equals to 6. So I can write this over here is x minus 3y equals to 6. So this is our second straight line. So this is how you should draw the lines in the coordinate system, the 2-dimensional coordinate system. Okay, now let's go for the second problem. So what is the second problem? Second problem, I will just take point, but graphically I'll suggest you, I'll tell you how to do it graphically. I'll show you how to solve. I'll take the point, but putting it in a graph, please do it on your own so that it will be easier for you. If possible, I'll try to do. Okay, so the first thing is the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls. Okay, for rupees 3,900. We don't know the cost of bat as well as ball. So let us assume cost of or price of one bat be x and one ball, price of one ball be y. Okay, so in this case what will be the cost of 3 bats? So cost of 3 bats will be 3x and cost of 6 balls will be equal to 6y. Correct? So what is the total cost then? Total cost will be 3x plus 6y. But he told already that the total cost is 3,900. So whatever we got in algebraically, that should be equal to 3,900. So 3x plus 6y equals to 3,900. So according to problem, A by P is according to problem, 3x plus 6y equals to 3,900. So this is our first equation. Now let's do the for second equation. So what he is saying, later on she buys another bat and 3 more balls. Another bat means he bought 1 bat. Okay, so 1 bat cost will be x. Correct? So second thing is cost of 1 bat. So we have already assumed it, right? X. So that will be x only. And cost of 3 balls. So cost of 3 balls. Cost of 3 balls will be 3y, because 1 ball is y, so 3 balls will be 3 into y. Okay, so what will the total cost? So total cost equals to x plus 3y. But according to problem, this the total cost is 1,300. So whatever we got algebraically, that should be equal to 1,300. So x plus 3y equals to 1300. So this is our second equation. Now we need to solve. Okay, we need to take the points. So what we will do, okay, so so for first equation, so for equation 1 I will need to take the points. Okay, this is x, this is y. Okay, so let's take x as minus 100. Okay, so if we will take minus 100, then what will happen? So first equation, 3x plus 6y is 3900. So 3x plus 6y equals to 3900. Correct? So put x equals to minus 100 in, so this is our equation 1. So in equation 1, so what we will get? So 3 into minus 100 plus 6y equals to 3900. Okay, okay, so we have put x equals to minus 100 in equation 1. So we are getting minus 300 plus 6y equals to 3900. Correct? So similarize it. 6y equals to 3900 plus 300. So we are getting 6y equals to 4200. So we are getting y equals to 4200 by 6. So we got 700. Correct? Let's take 0. Let's take x 0. So when x is 0, so put x equals to 0 in equation 1. So what we will get? 3 into 0 plus 6y equals to 3900. So what we will get? 6y equals to 3900. So y equals to 3900 by 6. 6 6 36, 3 36 5 ja, so we got 650. So we got 650. Sorry, 650. So we got 650. Now take Now take 100, some positive. So I took 100. So put x equals to 100 in equation 1. So what we will get? 3 into 100 plus 6y equals to 3900. Summarize is 300 plus 6y equals to 3900. Okay. So 6y will be equal to 3900 minus 300. So we will get 6y equals to 3600. So y equals to 3600 by 6. So we got y equals to 600. So let's put it over here. Y equals to 600. Okay. Now our first table is done. Now for equation 2. So what is equation 2? Equation 2 is x plus 3y equals to 1300. So we have x plus 3y equals to 1300. So this is our equation 2. So let's solve it. So x plus 3y is 1300. this is x, this is y. Okay. Okay. So let's take x as minus 200. So put x equals to minus 200 in equation 2. So what we will get? Minus 200 plus 3y equals to 1300. This similarizes 3y equals to 1300 plus 200. So 3y equals to 1500. So y equals to 1500 by 3. So 3 5. So it will be 500. Okay. Now take x as 0. So put x equals to 0 in equation 2. So what we will get? 0 plus 3y equals to 1300. So we are getting in, okay, no issue. So we are getting y equals to 1300 by 3. Okay, so we are getting y equals to 1300 by 3. Okay, now let's take 100. Okay, so put x equals to 100 in equation 3. So what we will get? So 100 plus 3y equals to 1300. So similarizes 3y equals to 1300 minus 100. So 3y equals to 1200. So y equals to 1200 by 3. That is 400. Correct? So we got 400 over here. Okay. So let's see for equation 1. Okay. If you will see over here, all the things minus 100, 700, 650, 100, 600, this is a very big number. Okay. If you want to represent in the graph, it will be very tough for you. Okay. So what we will do then? So the best thing is, if you will see, this is all a multiple of 50. Okay. So we will assume one big square as 50 units. One big square equals to 50 units. So what will happen in this case is, for x as well as y. Okay. So for x also 50 units, for y also 50 units. So the same thing will revert to, this will be, the first one will be minus 2 in the left hand side. Then this will be 0 only. And then 100 will be again 2. Okay. So this will be, the 700 will be like, if you divide by 15, you will get 40. So 14 units you need to take in the positive y-axis. This one gets converted to 13 units, and this one is 12 units. Okay. So in this case, we can represent it. So we will take one big square as 50 units. So I need to take 12 unit, 13 unit or 14 unit maximum in the top. Maximum is 14 unit on the top. The 14 big square will represent the 700. The 12 big square will be 600. Sorry, 13 big square is 650, and 12 big square will be 600. Okay. Similarly, for the second one, if you will take So in this case it will be a little bit trickier, but yeah, we can take in the form of 150 if we are taking no 100. So let's take three smallest unit as 100. For x-axis we can take 50 or 100 as one unit, one bigger square as 50 or 100. So suppose take 50 only, so it will be -4, this will be 0 and this will be 2. So take one big square as 50 unit. So of course -200 will be -4 towards the left hand side of the origin. If you are going taking 4 bigger square, it will be giving you -200. Then 2 bigger square in the right hand side will give you 100. Now for y axis, let's take 3 small unit, the small square as 100 unit. Okay, so what will happen is this whole thing will be equal to 13. Okay, so 13 small unit will give you 1300. Okay, similarly, so 3 small unit we take as 100, so 500 will be equal to 15 small unit. Okay, then this one will be 12 unit. Okay, so 12 smaller unit will give you 400, 13 smaller unit, 13 smaller things. So what I told you is take 3 smaller square as 100 unit. So in this case then this converts to 15 smaller square, 13 smaller square, and this is 12 smaller square. So you need to move up 15 unit in the smaller square type of thing, then 13 unit, and then 12 square. If you want to take bigger square also, then if suppose 3 bigger square we need to take, then no, it will not give you. So it's better if you will take 3 smaller unit as 100 unit. So in that case 15 smaller unit, 13 smaller unit, a smaller square, and 12 smaller square, you can able to represent it on the graph. Okay, fine. So this is how you should draw the graph. Okay, then let's move on and do the third problem. Okay, so third problem is the cost of, so third problem is the cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes on a day was found to be rupees 160. So we don't know the cost of apples and grapes. Okay, so let cost of apples and grapes be x and y per kg. Okay, so 1 kg apple be x and 1 kg grapes be y. Okay, the cost of. Okay, then what will be the cost of 2 kg apple? So 2 kg apple cost will be equal to 2x. Okay, and 1 kg grape cost will be equal to y. Correct. So what will be the total cost? So total cost will be 2x plus y. Correct. And that according to problem, that is nothing but 160. 2x plus y equals to 160. This is our equation 1. Next thing is 4 kg apple cost. How much it will be? 4x. Okay. and then 2 kg grapes. 2 kg grapes cost will be equal to 2y. Okay, so what will be total cost? So total cost will be 4x plus 2y. Now according to problem, total cost is nothing but 300. So 4x plus 2y equals to 300. So this is our second equation. Okay, let's now take the points. So in the first case, so for equation 1 we are doing, so 2x plus y equals to 160. This is our equation 1, right? So let's take the point for this. X, y. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you are taking x as, suppose x, let's take a multiple of 10, let's take. So let's take minus, minus 5. So x, let's take minus 5. Okay, so what it will be? 2 into minus 5 plus y equals to 160. So we are putting x equals to minus 5 in equation 1. So what we are getting? 2 into minus 5 plus y equals to 160. So minus 10 plus y equals to 160. So y will be equal to 160 plus 10, that is equal to 170. So I got y as 170. Now take x as 0. So put x equals to 0 in equation 1. So what we will get? 2 into 0 plus y equals to 160. So we'll get y equals to 160. Now put x as 5. So put x equals to 5 in equation 1. So what we will get? 2 into 5 plus y equals to 160. So 2 into 5 is 10 plus y equals to 160. So y equals to 160 minus 10. That is y equals to 150. Okay. So I got this as, second one is 160. And this is 150. Okay. So in this case, if you will see over here, all is in positive side. So when you are drawing in this case, always take the point, because if you will see there is no negative y point. So always take, as below as you want. I mean, take origin is much below. Don't take in the middle of the graph, take much below. So that the bigger unit, if you are taking the 17 unit, so in the y-axis, in the x-axis, one square, one bigger square you take as 1 unit. One bigger square you take as 1 unit, and in the y-axis you take one bigger square equals to 10 unit. Okay, in this case you divide by 10, it will be the answer for you. So first will be 17 bigger square, second will be 16 bigger square, and third will be 15 bigger square. Divide it by 10. So 17 bigger square, 16 bigger square, and 15. So that you will able to get 17, 16, 15 over here. Because if you will take 170, 160, 50, it will very big number. That is why I took one bigger square as 10 units. So it will be easier for you than to convert it. Okay. Now take for the second equation. So for second equation, what is our second equation? So second equation is 4x plus 2y equals to 300. Second equation is 4x plus 2y equals to 300. So this is our second equation. Okay. So let's take the point for x, y. Okay. So let's take x equals to minus 5 again. Okay, so put x equals to minus 5 in equation 2. So what we will get? 4 into minus 5 plus 2y equals to 300. Correct? So 4 into minus 5 is minus 20 plus 2y equals to 300. So 2y equals to 300 plus 20. So minus becomes plus in the right hand side. So 2y equals to 320. So y equals to 320 by 2, 160. So we got y equals to 160. Now take x as 0. Okay, so put x equals to 0 in equation 2. What we will get? 4 into 0 plus 2y equals to 300. So 4 into 0 is 0 plus 2y equals to 300. So 2y equals to 300. So y equals to, so y will be equal to 300 by 2 will be 150. Okay, so it will be 150 over here. Now take x as plus 5. Okay, so put x equals to 5 in equation 2. What you will get? 4 into 5 plus 2y equals to 300. That means 20 plus 2y will be equal to 300. So the similarizes 2y equals to 300 minus 20. So 2y equals to 280. So y equals to 280 by 2. So this gives us 140. So y is 140. Okay, so we'll take this y as 140. Again we'll do the same way. In the x side we will take again one big square as 1 unit, and for y side we will take one big square equals to 10 unit. In this case it will be converted to 16, 15 and 14. So you can take in the top the 16, 15, 14, because you will not able to take 160, 150 or 140. It will be a very big number. You will not get this point. So what we will do is we will take one bigger square equals to 10 unit. In that case 16 bigger square will represent 160. Then 15 bigger square will represent 150 and 14 bigger square will represent 140. So this way you will able to solve this problem. So I hope you understood the basic concept of how to convert a problem to algebraically and how to represent it graphically also. Okay, so of course in the next video I'll tell you about the solution graphically, how to find the solution graphically. We'll do the problems together and we'll understand how to we'll dig more about how to represent an equation algebraically, how to read the problem. Once we'll do one by one, we'll able to understand how to represent it algebraically, graphically, and then finding the solution. That will be the third task. Here we did two algebraically, representing algebraically, graphically, but we didn't do till now solution by the graphical method. That we will do in the next chapter. So please don't forget to follow the upcoming videos and all. Subscribe to my channel so that you will get everything in your inbox, that if some new videos is getting added you will get directly intimidated by YouTube. So it will be helpful for you. Okay, so till then let's meet you in the next lecture. For the time being, please don't forget to like as well as subscribe and share with your friends in your circle as much as you can, so that others will also able to utilize this. So for the time being, bye bye, take care.